Hello everyone, as you can see from the screen right in front of me here, I have got the closed beta copy of RENNSPORT. That's right, for those of you who don't know, RENNSPORT is the latest addition to the sim racing platforms. So it's a brand new sim racing title and I am extremely excited to try it. And yeah, I applied weeks ago to be part of the closed beta, to test RENNSPORT, to provide feedback to the team, but also to show it to you guys. And this is gonna be the very first time ever that I open RENNSPORT, so I wanna show you the user experience, the user interface, and obviously the racing. Now, without further ado, let's get right in. Here we go, guys, launching RENNSPORT for the very first time. I am very excited. Allow access. So we got ourselves a nice little screen here. Some GT3s, and actually there's I think 4 or 5 cars available and they're all GT3 cars. Press any key to start. There we go. We're gonna have to create an account, so I am going to do this now, guys. And alright guys, we've got a RENNSPORT account, it says now ready to race, and the cool thing is that RENNSPORT as an app. So I have already downloaded the app on my phone, and yeah, essentially I can log into the app as well. And there's quite a few interesting features on the app which I will show you in a moment. And alright guys, we're logged into RENNSPORT. What can we see? There's a menu on the top left side, single player, multiplayer, my RENNSPORT, and options. On the top right you can see my name, my safety rating, and my RR. I'm not sure what that is. I believe that must be RENNSPORT rating or race rating or something, which I suppose is the equivalent of I rating on iRacing. And that's pretty much it. So quite a minimal UI, which is actually very, very nice. Obviously bear in mind, and this is important to keep in mind for this entire video, is that this is a closed beta. They're still developing all kinds of stuff and the game is not finished. So we might run into bugs, we might run into issues, we might run into all kinds of things, and that's fine because they're still working on it. But I really, really like this minimal look and feel. RENNSPORT seems to have read my Simagic Alpha Mini and also my Hosingwald sprint pedals very easily. I didn't have to do anything. There we go. So the options are very straightforward. Most things are quite self-explanatory, and other settings we'll figure out once we're in the actual game. So let's check out what else is in the UI here, guys. So there is a My RENNSPORT page where you can see your stats. You can add a bio, you can change your preferred car number. I choose number 7. Your preferred short name, you can change your nationality. So that's quite cool. There's quite a bit of personalization here. I think this will probably be reflected within the races as well. You can change your preferred short name or nickname. You've got your garage. I think this is where you store the cars that you buy, potentially. I'm not sure how that's going to work. And you also have liveries here that you can pick from in your garage. This is all quite neat. The car looks great. You can rotate it using the right mouse button, which is quite cool. The graphics on the car and the detail looks freaking beautiful. And you can also create a livery. Let's see. There's a livery editor, but that's grayed out for now, so I assume that it's not available for now. Or you can load the body texture, which is really cool as well. This probably has to be created on Photoshop outside of RENNSPORT. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but yeah, that looks really neat. Oh, here, I can do change car, and let's see. There's a Porsche 11 GT3R that it says here owned, so I don't know what that means. I suppose while I own this car, I'm not sure if I can race the other ones. Maybe I can't, because I don't own them. But here it is. I selected my Porsche. Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks gorgeous. I love how this car looks. In the My RENNSPORT menu, you can also see your replays will be saved here, friends, shop. These things are grayed out for now because I still have no friends in the game. The shop, it says it's coming soon, so that's not available for now. I presume that's where you will be able to buy cars and tracks, leaderboards, and a record of your recent races. Pretty neat. Let's take a quick look at the multiplayer tab and how this works, guys. So you've got 3 types of multiplayer: official contests, custom contests, and local contests. So in official contests, I think those are basically just official races. As you can see, today's Thursday, 13th of July, and these are all upcoming sessions. So you can see that right now there's a session at 17:20. There's 5 drivers in. It's a practice, quali, and race. It's at the Nürburgring GP. And then here in the calendar you can see the upcoming sessions for the coming days. Custom contests, those I believe are user-made servers with custom rules. There seem to be none available at the moment. And local contests, as you can imagine, are basically just local network races. But we are going to leave multiplayer for now because obviously I just want to go into single player session, hop in, get my settings dialed in, and yeah, see what the simulator feels like. And alright guys, I promised that I would show you the RENNSPORT app, which I think it's quite cool, so here it is. There's some information about ESL at the top, so this is esports stuff. Below that, there's news. So all kinds of RENNSPORT news here, which is quite cool. There's a My Autograph area here. You don't have any autographs yet, so not sure what that is. I think this is probably esports related stuff and getting autographs from pro sim racers. Not 100% sure. Event passes is probably about that too. As you can see, that's part of the collectibles tab, which is within your profile, as you can see from the bottom menu. But yeah, going back to the home page, that's basically it. Then there's an ESL page here with information about ESL rounds, information on that here, all the races, who participated, finishing positions, and just all these esports stuff. I'm not really that much into sim racing esports, so I mean, yeah, this might be cool for those of you who are, but yeah, as you can see, there's a driver standing, team standing. Yeah, that's basically it. Then going back to our own personal experience, if you go to contests here, you can see all races, official races that are coming up. How many people are registered, where is the race. You can turn on notifications for it, as you can see by clicking on this bell. In Garage, you can see your cars, the liveries that you have, the mileage on your cars. As you can see, I don't have any liveries. It says I should redeem a code. And finally, in profile, this is your profile. So as you can see, you've got your driver details, your various stats, kilometers driven, pole position, top 5 finishes, I rating, safety rating, and yeah, the collectibles page, which I just showed you before, so where you can collect autographs. So yeah, it's quite easy to use, pretty straightforward, and it looks very, very slick. I think that's pretty much it. What is left to do is just to go in a session. So let's go into single player first. Let's do a quick single player session. No AI drivers, I just want to test out the car and the track. We can pick the track here. Of these tracks, I know Monza and Spa. Let's pick Spa. I love Spa, it's a great track and I've done it quite recently with this car as well, so that's gonna be good. Cool. I guess let's press start and go in, guys. Let's check out the loading times. In the meantime, I'm gonna put on my gloves. This is quite a nice little loading screen. Oh, well, we're in. Alright guys, first impression, the UI looks great. There is a tires UI which shows you pressures and also, I suppose, temperature and degradation. There's a telemetry box with the one that says VRS here, which shows you all the different inputs. Oh, that sounds quite nice. Everything is being detected, which is quite nice. A fuel gauge. You've got a force feedback line. You can see there that it's moving up and down. I think that's supposed to show you if you're clipping or not and if you're getting the right force feedback. The UI looks really neat overall. I really like this black and white design. It's super clean. I'm gonna have to change my FOV now, guys, because obviously I can't drive like this, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Ah, there we go. It took me a little while, but I found it. So in the settings, essentially you go to gameplay, and then you go to gameplay cameras, and then you can change the FOV here. So there's actually various cameras that you can pick from. So I think you can actually drive on hood cam as well. I'm not sure. Oh look, there's an external camera. There's a few different cameras here, which is interesting. I'm not sure what's gonna be allowed when you're racing online. But yeah, you can change the FOV here, and I think my FOV is around about 60 degrees on iRacing. So I'm gonna stick to pretty much the same FOV here. Yeah, I think 60 is about right. So let's give it a little bit of a shot, guys, and let's try to do a hot lap. And yeah, I also improved the quality of my rear view mirror, of the virtual mirror. As you can see, it looks a lot better. The immersion in the car is amazing. One thing that's really cool is that you can change what you see on the dashboard, as you can see. Check it out. You've got a bunch of different screens that you can circle across. I did not notice that in iRacing, at least not with this car. So yeah, that is quite cool. Anyway, let's do a route lap here and get the tires up to temperatures, and then try a quick lap. And alright guys, tires are up to temperature. Let's give a hot lap a go, guys. Alright. Let's do this. We crossed the line. And I'm getting a nice 70 FPS now, more or less. Going through the gears quickly here. Oh, the scenery looks so beautiful. Little bit of a lift. And now down the Camel Straight. Just look at the trees on the side. Look at the details on the right as well. It's so beautiful. Wow, I feel really, really immersed. The shadows look great. Down to third gear. Lecombe. Stick to the left. I feel like you really have to slow the car down here. Otherwise your momentum just throws you off. Compared to iRacing, the car feels a little bit more floaty and a little bit more loose. So I feel like you really have to like slow down properly for corners. Otherwise you just kind of lose the rear. As you can see, I'm slowing down. I feel like, for instance, to me it feels like I'm slowing down a lot compared to, say, for iRacing, where I feel like I can send the car a little bit more. Here it just feels like I can't really send the car as much, you see? It just wants to spin, so I'm having to make big corrections. I mean, I'm probably just not driving the right way, you know? Obviously still very new to the simulator, so lots to learn. It feels nice though. I do like it, but it feels the car feels somewhat loose. And I noticed that I'm also relatively slow here in RENNSPORT compared to iRacing. Again, I definitely have to get used to everything. Little bit of a lift. Oh, we went off track there. Saving the car works very well. So if you're about to spin or if you're about to lose the car, trying to save it from a spin and trying to regain control actually works quite well, and I'm under steering gear. But as you can see, yeah, the car is very drifty. Yeah, as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. But I'm definitely very, very excited to unpack this simulator more and more and get used to it. I feel like when you get a corner right here, it feels extremely satisfying. This reminds me a little bit of R-Factor 2, I have to say. If I had to compare it to another simulator. Ooh, and as you can see, I carried a bit too much speed. So the momentum of the car traveling from left to right completely, like you really, the nose really goes. If you're carrying too much speed, you get punished quite harshly. That's what I'm trying to say. The car sounds great, by the way. The force feedback feels quite good. I cannot feel the curbs as much now that I changed my settings compared to before. I'm feeling a little bit less detail, so I probably have to tweak it more, but it still feels very good. Like I can catch the car, I can feel like oversteer and also like details of going over curbs from left to right. You just don't feel the rumble strip as much. Let's see what sand feels like. Yeah, good. It's nice and bumpy. I can feel it through my steering wheel. I can actually control the car fairly well. And grass feels even more bumpy. Again, I feel like I can control the car fairly well, actually. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, that feels okay. I guess if you take it at higher speed, it probably... Try braking on the grass. Yeah. And gravel. Yeah, the grass and the sand feel quite good. The game sounds good, the ambient sounds are quite nice. One thing that I noticed is check out the sound of the collisions. I have to say, I'm not sure I am the biggest fan of this collision sound. It sounds very standard. It's always kind of like the same noise. You can hear maybe some stuff falling. A little bit of rattling. But I think there's like a bit too much, it sounds a bit too, like suffocated, the sound. Not sure if you get what I mean, but the sound could be a little bit more vivid, so to speak. But obviously this is still a work in progress. And also, as you may have noticed, if you drive over grass or gravel, you don't really get a dust cloud. As you can see from my rear view mirror, there's nothing, no grass or like no gravel flying around, which, yeah, I think is quite normal. At this stage of development, is just one of these details that they haven't worked on yet, I suppose. The screens on the side of the track are really, really cool. I think like all these things like screens and also the blinking flag signs that you can see right down there actually look very immersive. But yeah, just as you can see, you've got stewards waving flags. And the trees just slowly move in the wind, and they're a nice color. The lighting on the trees looks amazing. Like, just all these details, I love this kind of stuff. It looks beautiful. Beautiful! And alright guys, there's one more thing that I'm very curious in checking out here in RENNSPORT, and that's the replay feature. Especially for me as a content creator, it's very important to have a replay feature that works well, so yeah, let's go check it out. So to access your replays, you go to My RENNSPORT, and then you've got them here. Replays, they're all automatically saved because I've set it to be that way in the settings. So yeah, let's just pick the one from my hot laps. And alright, how does this work? Oh, there's the car. Oh, there's also a free camera. Oh, there we go, auto director. So this is the TV camera. Oh, that looks really, really nice. Oh, you can also show your HUD in the replays, which is quite cool. And bear in mind, the HUD is completely customizable. So you could do replays showing the HUD and showing whatever information it is that you want to show, which is super cool if you're like streaming or if you're making cinematic videos from the outside. That's cool. Hide navigation UI, and look at that. You've got yourself the track map, you've got yourself the lap counter, driver name, and the standings. I think that's super, super neat. Really, really like that as a content creator. This is amazing. Amazing. And then you see, you've got a free camera as well. So right now I'm sort of like pegged to the car. I can move it around. And essentially, to change the way in which you control this free look camera, I think you basically just have to change it in settings. So I don't have keybinds yet for to move this camera around, but yeah, just go to settings and you'll be able to customize the free camera movement. Another thing that I noticed as well, which is very cool, is that the replays load very quickly. They load a lot faster than on iRacing, although I don't know if that's going to change when I race and it also has to load other cars. It's very plausible that race replays will not load as quickly, but this loaded so fast, it's crazy. Those interior cameras look really, really cool as well. Wing reverse, free camera. Oh, it looks gorgeous. Look at that drone camera. That's so cool. And alright guys, that was my first ever look at RENNSPORT. I have to say that I really enjoyed the experience. I thought it was a super cool simulator. I'm excited to do my first AI race in the simulator and test it out, potentially even do some online races. That content will come soon guys, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. I hope I managed to get you a little bit excited about RENNSPORT, and if I managed, consider liking the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always guys, take care and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.